everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a walk through the new Stampin' Up Annual Catalogue. It's the 2020 to 2021 catalogue. There is going to be timestamps in the description of this video if you would like to check out certain things. Also, I do casing of the catalogue where I recreate the samples in those catalogues. So if you haven't hit subscribe, please do that and you can check those ones out as well. So let's get into it. I'm so excited to be going through this walkthrough of the catalogue with you. This is honestly one of the best catalogues that Stampin' Up have had out in a while. There is so many wonderful bundles and wonderful sets in here, and I'm so excited to be showing you in each page. So let's get straight into it. Now I'm going to just try and do a bit of a brief overview, not going into too much detail, just so it's not so long. But let's see how we go. So the first page here is really showing off those gorgeous new 2020 to 2022 ink colors. We'll go into those in just a little while once we get up to it. The next page here is just a little bit of the suites. So they've actually designed suites into a couple of different categories. So we have all occasion, love, thanks and support, kids and baby, birthday and artistic expression. So you can check those out there. Moving on to the next page, we have Shelley Gardner, who is the CEO of Stampin' Up. She has a little welcome message, and they always do every catalogue little pictures of the family. So it is a family business, and that's always nice to see as well. So moving on to the next page, we have a little bit of an overview of the products that Stampin' Up have. This is a really great catalogue for new stampers because there is so many tips and tricks inside this catalogue everywhere. But here we're talking about the different types of stamps that Stampin' Up sell. So we have cling stamp sets and photopolymer, and we have a few different techniques here of how to stamp. So once again, huge amount of information throughout this catalogue. Next page, we have some beautiful array of flowers that are in different bundles throughout the catalogue, but also highlighting some gorgeous colours on a painter's palette. On page 5 we have just a little bit about the dies and punches that Stampin' Up have in the catalogue. So once again, lots of information. From page 6 to page 9 we are talking over the kits, and Stampin' Up have 3 kits available: all-inclusive kits, project kits and product medleys. So all-inclusive kits have everything included, whether it be the block, the consumables, so the paper, the cardstock, the embellishments, the stamp sets. The only thing needed in all-inclusive kits is your adhesive. Then we have project kits that have all the consumable products in the kit. You just need to either purchase the stamp set and the inks, or you can actually find a demonstrator to do a class with that kit as well, and they will bring the stamp sets and the inks. And then we have product medleys. Now these are designed for avid crafters. There are no set cards that are actually in that kit. You just create from that product medley. So it's a really great set for avid crafters. So first page here on page 7 are both kits for the all-inclusive kits. We have the Looking Up, which was in a previous catalogue, and then we have Simply Citrus, which is a brand new one, so that's really exciting and nice and bright. Moving on to page 8, these are the project kits where all the consumables are included. You will need adhesive again. But down here we have the stamp set and the inks required to create these gorgeous card kits, and you can either purchase these yourself or go through a demonstrator to do a class. So it's a great way of creating some gorgeous projects as well. So page 9 we have the product medley. This year it is called Boho Indigo, and look at these blues, it's so pretty, and the stamp sets, they're vases. So a great range of products. I'm not going to go through all the products involved in here, but I will say you can actually purchase a refill kit. So if you purchase the product medley and you just want the refill kit, which has paper products in there, so there's 48 sheets of the Designer Series paper, 6 sheets of Very Vanilla 6x6 dry embossed paper, 6 sheets of die cuts and 40 paper flowers. So it's these consumable pieces here. You can purchase the refill kit to actually create more from that product medley. So moving on to the next page, and this is our first suite page. It's called Flowers for Every Season. One thing I just want to highlight really quickly, it's something that they've started doing in previous catalogs where you can purchase the whole suite collection with one code. So there is one code here to purchase everything that's in this suite. So that's a really great thing to keep in mind. We also have all the descriptions down here that's part of the suite, so you can purchase them individually as well. But look at this whole page. So you have 3/4 of a page with some great samples, and then down the bottom you're really having a great look at all the Designer Series paper in that kit. One other thing that I just want to quickly point out is we have the color combos used in that Designer Series paper. Now this is a feature that Stampin' Up started doing in previous catalogs, and it is a fantastic tool to keep in mind. So what it's telling you is in this Designer Series paper pack we have Magenta Madness, Cinnamon Cider, Bumblebee, Just Jade, and Misty Moonlight. These are all the in colors, and these are the main colors in this Designer Series paper. So that's really great to keep in mind when you're looking through the catalogue. Page 12, we have one of the bundle kits. So this is the stamp set Jar of Flowers, and if you look right up here in the top left hand side, we have a punch here that's part of the bundle, and here's the bundle price and the item code that you're needing if you're purchasing them in the bundle. Now by purchasing in the bundle you're going to save yourself 10%, so highly recommend if you like the stamp set to get the bundle all in one. Moving over to the next page, we have another bundle. So there's two bundles in this suite. This one is the Celebrate Sunflowers bundle, and we have the bundle item number here and price, and you'll actually see that the dies are here. So you'll get the dies and the stamp set with the bundle, saving yourself 10%. So just up here they've got a little bit of a part of the suite as well. It is a embossing folder kit. So there's actually two embossing folders in this bundle. We have the Tasteful Textile and the Greenery Embossing. Now the great thing is this first one here is actually a smaller one. It's for the mini embossing machine, and then we have a normal size here. The Tasteful Textile is a normal size. So the first one has two small embossing folders. I actually got them here, so I'll bring them in. That's these ones here. You purchase the two together in the one bundle, and then the other one here is just a single embossing folder. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so moving on to the next page, page 14. This is just talking about some perfect combinations where you can combine words and phrases with your favorite image stamp set. So you don't always have to use the same stamp set. You can pair your stamp sets up together. So a wish for everything. And then we also have To a Wild Rose. Now that is a $1 Million Achiever stamp set, and it's also a distinctive stamp set, so it really pops off the page when you ink and stamp it up. This was in a previous catalogue, so I'm not going to talk too much about that one. Okay, moving on to some specialty stamps, just a little bit of information. So we have in the Stampin' Up range distinctive and reversible stamps. So distinctive are where you can create different opacities in the single stamped image for a realistic depth and intensity. Now if you haven't seen them in use, they are amazing. They really pop straight off the page. And then we also have reversibles. Now these are this set here, which is Mountain Air, which was in our mini catalogue, are reversible. So this is one stamp here. On one side it'll stamp your solid image, and then if you turn the stamp over you'll actually get this lovely detailed image. So we actually have quite a few of these distinctive and reversible stamp sets now. So we have the Butterfly Wishes is a distinctive as well, also in the mini catalogue. So you may have already seen it. Moving on to page 18, I just want to highlight this Step It Up part in the catalogue. This is really great. Not only do they have wonderful samples throughout the catalogue, but it's just showing you how you can step your cards up. So you can start with a very simple card, Then we can add a little bit more embellishment to step it up, and then when you step it up that once more, you've got a really avid card. So I love that they highlight these different techniques. We have Painted Poppies and the Peaceful Moments, which were both in the mini catalogue. I'm so happy that they've kept around and we've got them for another catalogue. And the great thing is these Peaceful Moments bundle and the Painted Poppies, they're still a bundle price. Now normally once it comes up in one catalogue, the next time it comes out you will not get them for the bundle. You won't save yourself 10%, but you're actually saving yourself on those two bundles of the 10% again. So fantastic. That's the first time I've ever seen Stampin' Up have offered that, so excellent. Moving on to page 20. Now, both of these are returning products. I'm not going to talk about them too much. The same with the Timeless Tulips. Just up the top here, they're talking about some punched ideas. So once again, we have some more ideas on the products. Moving on to page 22, we have the lovely U stamp set. And this is actually a bundle. You can purchase in a bundle. The bundle code's just here. It comes with this punch. Now, if I just put it to the front page again, this is actually the bundle that they've highlighted on the front page, and this sold me this bundle. Have a look at these gorgeous cards here. Lovely. And even here, we have a gorgeous card here and a little tag kit. So I'm super excited to be showcasing this punch and bundle very soon on my blog, so check that out when it comes out. Moving on to page 23, we have a Dressed to Impress stamp set, and the all dressed up dies are available again. We have lost the bundle price though, so we're not saving 10% on this one, but I'm so glad that this one stuck around. Down here, we're just showing off those gorgeous new ink colours that have come out as well, so lovely. Moving on, this is another suite, very masculine suite. It's called World of Good. Now we have an all suite bundle number here and price, so if you're after the whole bundle, check those out. And then we have what is included in that suite down here as well. Some gorgeous Designer Series paper. Look at these samples. They have done marvelous with these samples this year. I'm so excited to be doing case in the catalogue this year. So once again, this stamp set showing it off a little bit more. And what's great is we're covering everyone from across the globe here, which is lovely that we're offering a bit of everything there. We have the bundle price, so once again, because it's a bundle, you're going to save yourself 10%. Moving on, High Tide has been in previous catalogues, so it's another great masculine stamp set. And I just want to quickly highlight from the World of Good onwards, and I'll tell you when it stops, but these are all masculine sets, so it's a really, it's great that they've combined all the masculine sets all together. So just a little bit of a stamping technique here, the two-step stamping. So once again, another tip involved in the catalogue that is just wonderful that they've offered that to us this year. So the next set we have is a new one. It's called Game On. If you have family members that love games, chess, cards, dice, this is going to be a really great set. We have the Geared Up Garage, which has been in previous catalogues, and another new one, Campology. So if you like the outdoors or like some masculine cards, this is going to be a great one as well. Rooted in Nature on page 30, once again, that is rolling over from previous catalogues, and we also have the Nature Roots dies that you can purchase separately. They're not in the bundle anymore, but are still available. We have the Sailing Home. Once again, the dies, the smooth sailing dies, are available in this catalogue. It's just not a bundle price. And as you can see just here, this one is another distinctive stamp set. Okay, the top here is our new embossing machines. It's called a mini stamping cut and emboss machine, and we actually have two cutting and emboss machines. One is a mini and one is a normal size. So that's super exciting that we have the two. And I did show you those mini embossing folders before. These ones are designed to run through the mini, so it will run through the normal size as well, but if you're just after a mini, I just wanted to let you know about that one as well. Okay, so now we're still in the masculine themed sets. A Good Man, I'm so glad that that carried over. That's another great manly set. And then we have a new one called Royal Leaves. And this actually reminds me of something that we had previously, and I can't remember the name of it, but I love these sentiments in this set as well. So once again, just a little bit of a colour palette that they've used for these cards. So it's just a bit of a tip and trick for you. If you really like these cards, it helps you out and tells you what colours they've used with that card or that sample. Look at this one, isn't this gorgeous? So we have a new stamp set down here called Whiskey Business. If you have a drinker or someone who loves whiskey, that is going to be a really great set, and I can see some really great cards coming out from this set. Okay, moving on, we have page 34, the Good Magnolia set. This is carrying over from the previous catalogue, and here is the normal size Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. So we have the mini and then we have the normal size, so it just tells you a little bit about that new cutting machine. Moving over to the next page, we have the Right Angle, and this one actually coordinates with the stitched triangle dies, so it's really great that we have something that matches with it. So if you have someone who loves patchwork, I think this one is going to work really well, and you can see from these samples how gorgeous are they. That is going to be a really good set to use, and there is a bundle, so the bundle price and item code is just down the bottom here on the right hand side. Moving on to the next page, these two have been in previous catalogues. We have Timeless Tropical and Seaside Notions, and Parcels and Petals is also been in previous catalogues. But let me just show you this one up here. So they're highlighting this little package here, and it's telling you you can shop for the product just here with these items to create that sample. So that's really great that they're providing those ideas there for you. Next one is a new stamp set called Today's Tiles. It coordinates with the field tile dies, so that's really great. I can see a lot of different things being made with that one, and you can see these gorgeous samples over here. It is bundling with the field tile dies, so the bundle price and item codes on this side. So once again, just as the previous page, we had a sample and they showed what you needed to shop for if you would like to create the card or the project. So we have that up here again, and here's a card. So that one is actually from a previous catalogue as well, and previous catalogues could be the annual catalogue or from the mini catalogue that we're just going out of. This next suite is called the Playful Pets suite. I'm so excited to be able to purchase this one. If you have pets, you are going to love this suite. So once again, we have the suite collection with the bundle and the bundle price, with everything here included. In this suite, there is a stamp set and die bundle. There's also Designer Series Paper, a trim combo pack, and the Playful Pets trinkets, and they are so cute. So we have the Designer Series Paper down here, the colour coordinating cardstock here, and look at these samples, so fun. So also more samples, and here they're just saying that if you're purchasing this suite, these are some of the products that go really well with it. So we have the Cat Punch, the Dog Builder Punch, and the Way to Goat stamp set. This is the stamp set here. It does coordinate with the pets dies, and the bundle price and item code are just here. So this one is going to be a lot of fun, and I will have lots of samples on my blog as we go through this year. Over on this page, we have the Many Mates stamp set, and it is bundling with a die. I don't know how well you can see that, but look at this die. So the bundle price and number is down here. The great thing is with this die set, you can cut this die down to any size that you want. So it doesn't have to stay one size, cutting it down to make different cards, which, as you can see this here, you can have one, you can cut it differently to create different objects. So that is going to be a really great bundle as well. Moving on, we have Pretty Parasol, which is a new stamp set. It coordinates with the Umbrella Builder Punch that's been in previous catalogues, so you may already own that. Itty Bitty Greetings is also one that's been around for a little while, great for all our sentiments. Okay, over onto page 45 we have this So Much Happy. Now this is a great birthday stamp set. It bundles with the happy dies, so we have these over here. Bundle price, bundle code, and I just want to say here they have a little treat here that tells you you might also like the Under the Umbrella stamp set that coordinates with the Pretty Parasol together. So another little tip and trick. Okay, moving on, we have the Seaside View, great little stamp set for holiday themes. We have the Well Said stamp set, which is carrying over. So glad, because this is a really great sentiment one. Then we're moving over to the Framed For You. Now this is $1 million stamp set by Terry Gaines, and it's also a distinctive stamp set, so really pops off the page when you ink with it and stamp. So we have some great little samples up here as well. Moving on to the Basket of Blooms stamp set. This one here is a really great one. Coordinates with one of the punches that was a celebration item. It's called the Small Bloom Punch. You can purchase it also separately, but it's great that they've included a celebration item into the annual catalogue, which I think is the first time that it's been done. I don't think it's been done before, so that's pretty exciting. Now here is a tip for a technique, which is heat embossing. So I love that they've given us a little bit extra here as well. And we've also got the Step It Up. So I've shown you that before in a few pages back. So very basic, stepping it up a little bit and then making it a more avid card. So wonderful. So we're moving over to the Hippo Happiness. This is also $1 million stamp set. It's made by or designed with Robin Carden. It also coordinates with the Hippo and Friends dies, which is down here. You can see the bundle. So bundle, saving yourself 10% by purchasing the two together. And the item code and number are down here. And look at these samples, so cute. These are little treat samples. Next we have His Love, which is up here. That's a new one, and some really great samples here using that stamp set. Moving on to Blossoms in Bloom, a new stamp set as well. Really great, huge image here, with some smaller ones to add in and some sentiments. This is a bundle price as well. You can purchase it with the many layered blossom dies, and these are, you have little flowers here, but you have two huge dies here that can be overlaid on top of each other to create this gorgeous effect, as you can see in both the samples. So lovely. This one's just using the detailed die. So also a distinctive stamp set. Moving on, we have the Monogram Messages. This is a new stamp set, and I love that they've actually saying all these other stamp sets you can join with them, pair them together, and you've got a gorgeous card. Moving on to So Much Love, new stamp set, big image rose stamp set, so another great one to colour. And then we have the Celebration of Tags. Now what I love about this one is it's using the tags, or it's a tin of tags dies, which we've had in our holiday catalogue, and the stamp set that's actually was bundled with the tin of tags dies is still in this catalogue, so it's really great. We have 6 great labels here, and then some little images and stamps to be able to change it up a little bit. And I'll show you the other stamp set that goes with this die set. Okay, the next page we have Zoo Globe, and I really like this one. We have everything involved here. We have a koala, a kangaroo, giraffe, elephant, and some birds. And you can use the snow globe scenes dies to actually make this into a snow globe. So great that they're pairing some older sets that you may already have with some new stuff that you can create all new wonderful things. So we have Borders Abound, which is a bordering imaged stamp set here with some lovely scriptive sentiments. So that's really great that we've got something different. It's also a $1 million stamp set, and it was inspired by Kimberly Cook. So we have another technique here using the Stamparatus, which is really great. It's the hinge step technique. So some more tips and tricks. Moving on, My Meadow is been in previous catalogue, so I'm not going to say too much about that. But another tip here is just about embossing with embossing paste, so how much that can change your cards. We also have the Rustic Retreat stamp set, and it's another $1 million stamp set by Mary Polkin. This was in our annual catalogue last year, and the Peaceful Bows also in the annual catalogue last year. Snowfront was in previous catalogue, and same with the Still Scenes. So they're also available. Nature's Beauty as well is also a carry-over item. So I love that they've put this in here. It's how to shine bright, how to make your cards shine. So we have shimmer paint, shimmery white cardstock, laser cut specialty paper, sequins, wink of Stella, and gilded gems. Just little things that you can pop onto your card to really make it shine. So just some tips and tricks again. Moving on, we have the Perfectly Plaid stamp set. This actually coordinates with the Pine Tree Punch, so both are still available. A really awesome stamp set for Christmas. Another Step It Up here, and just with these samples here, and also they have a recommendation for Shop for the Project. So Winter Woods is also available from a previous catalogue, so it's great that that's stuck around. We have the Itty Bitty Christmas, once again, stuck around. And here we have some little tips about wrapping it up, so packaging for Christmas. This is the Tags I was telling you about previously. So it's the stamp set that coordinates with the trio of tags dies. I think I was calling it tin of tags dies. It's the trio of tags. Sorry about that. I used this a lot last Christmas with Halloween, with Christmas, and then this year for Valentine's Day. So I'm glad that that stuck around, and I'm glad that we've got a new stamp set to use with the dies as well. So the Snowman season has stuck around, which is great. Also coordinates with the Snowman Builder Punch. Then we have the Ornate Garden Suite. Now this was available early, which was so fantastic. Once again, it's a suite collection that you can purchase all the items together or separately. This is really great. Designer Series Paper. It actually has 2 bundles. So this is the first bundle, Ornate Thanks Bundle. So it has the sentiments mixed with some border dies. And then we have the Ornate Style die. So the bundle's up here, and that goes with the Ornate Layers dies. Next we have Forever Blossoms. Now this was available in our last catalogue. It's a distinctive stamp set, and also the Strong and Beautiful, that's been in a previous catalogue as well, so it's carried over. Same with the Meant to Me. Here up the top we have some samples for the girls, so that's some really nice girly samples that we have there. Next on is Flowering Blooms. This coordinates with the flowering dies, so we do have a bundle for this one as well. The bundle is just here. Some really great samples there. Path of Petals carried over, and we have a colour palette for this sample just here. I love so many samples in this catalogue, which is fantastic. We have the Healing Hugs, which is a distinctive stamp set. This one has carried over from our last annual catalogue, and we have another technique here of making a mask. So I love that they've showing you how to make a mask, and another technique for you to use. Dandelion Wishes is back again from our catalogue, and we have Round of Applause. Now this is a brand new one. Some really smaller sentiments there, and more compact stamp set. So Sentimental is sticking around, and so are the So Sweetly dies. Really happy about that, because these dies that match with this set are just wonderful, and I love that they're scalloped rectangles. So super happy about that one. We have the Heartfelt, which is carrying over as well, and then we've got another version of Step It Up. So yep, there we go. Next we have Heart to Heart, which is a great one for love, for Valentine's Day, weddings, all that sort of stuff. And this one coordinates with the detailed heart dies. Beauty Abounds and a little lace are both sticking around, and we did have with the little lace a bundle with the stitched lace dies. Now that is still available and is in this catalogue, so you can see that down the bottom here used in these samples, so I'm glad that that stuck around as well. Moving on to Massive Thanks. This is a sentiment stamp set for thank yous, so they always do a thank you sentiment stamp set each year, so that's a really nice one with lots of different sentiments. And we're doing another technique here of how to stamp off, so heaps and heaps of techniques. We have the Butterfly Gala, which it coordinates with the Butterfly Duet Punch. And this new one here is called See the Good. So we have an artichoke and a pear and some other little sentiments and images there as well. So that one, I know we had a pear stamp set a few years ago, but so that's a really nice addition to the catalogue as well. Moving on, we have the Last a Lifetime, which is carrying over, as well as the So Inviting stamp set. Next, over here we have Posted For You. This actually bundles with a punch, which you can see the punch just here. The bundle price and item name are just down here. And this is going to be a really good one too. It's on my list to get, so I'm super excited for that one. Moving on, we have the Peony Garden Suite. Once again, we have the suite bundle item number and cost, and you can purchase them individually down here as well. Look at these samples, so soft, so beautiful. And this Designer Series paper, Petal Pink, Grey Granite and Basic Grey. Gorgeous. So this is the stamp set. As you can see, big images, big peonies. And we have the bundle just here, so you can see the dies, gorgeous big dies there as well. Save yourself 10% by purchasing in the bundle. Free as a Bird, so happy that that stuck around. I've just been playing with that just recently again. I did find it and got it back out again. We have another Step It Up sample there. Moving on, Beautiful Moments. Now this was in our previous mini catalogue. It's a $1 million stamp achiever for Jackie Williams. We have Grace's Garden that has carried on over as well, and that does coordinate with the Garden Gateway dies, which are still available. Also carrying over is Positive Thoughts, and this little caption here is just a little bit about using the water painters to create watercolor backgrounds and images. So more little bits of information and tips and tricks. Moving on, we have Comfort and Hope stamp set. This is a really different one that has lots of different background images with some really nice sentiments there as well. Just creating texture, and that's what this is all about. It's telling us about creating texture on your carpet fronts. So we have Country Home, which was carrying over, as well as the Harvest Hellos, and we still have the Apple Builder Punch that coordinates with this one in the catalogue. Page 90. Now this is another $1 million stamp set inspired by Rhonda Wade. Look how big these sentiments are. This is going to be a really great one to have, and I love those big sentiment that you can just pop on a card and, you know, just put a little bit of extra bling on there and your card's done. So this is going to be so good. So many great samples throughout here as well. Also a little bit of a suggestion of things that you might like to add to your order. Another great bundle here, it's another $1 million stamp set. It's called Nothing's Better Than. Matches with or coordinates with some dies, so you can purchase it in the bundle, and the bundle is just hiding up here. Great, we have cookies, cocktails, coffee, chocolate, it's all in here. And this is going to be a lot of fun to play with, so I'm super excited to be able to purchase this one. Moving on, the Back on Your Feet is carrying over. We have From All of Us, so we're sort of moving into the animals now, so that's a nice childlike theme stamp set, so that's great. We have Special Someone, also available with the Special Day dies. This one's carried over. Now we're going into another suite called Whale of a Time. Once again, you can purchase the whole suite in this using this item code or purchase individually with the numbers down here. Look at these samples. Oh my goodness, so much fun. And this Designer Series paper, look at how colourful it is. It matches with Calypso Coral, Bumblebee, Granny Apple Green, Just Jade, Pool Party, Pacific Point and Blackberry Bliss. So lots of fun colour schemes in this set, in this suite. Moving on, we have this stamp set and we have the bundle up here so you can see the dies. It's a big, huge whale, and I love these samples that they've created in this one. Next we have a sentiment stamp set, a Grand Kids, a new one, and I love that they're saying here that you can customize your own message by using sentiments to customize images from your dies, Designer Series paper and memories and more. So great tips. Moving on, we have Dino Days, which is Carry On Over and Wildly Happy. So some really great animal stamp sets in this catalogue. Now we're going to move on to some fun for kids, and look at this. Moving along, we have helicopters and trains and cars. That is going to be a lot of fun to create different things for kids, and not just for little kids either. Moving on, we've got Playing with Patterns. This is another suite that you can purchase in one item code. Look at this paper. So we have Calypso Coral, Crushed Curry, Coastal Cabana, Night of Navy and Purple Posy. And this suite is, so we have the stamp set, this one here, and it pairs with, so you can bundle it with alphabet dies. So these are our alphabet dies in this catalogue. So great easy way to create any sentiment that you're after. I have the Happiest of Birthdays stamp set. This is a really huge sentiment birthday sentiment stamp set. What's really great is you don't need a lot of other embellishments on your cards, but they are showing samples here of using other stamp sets to pair with them. So we have the camouflage background stamp, Game On stamp set here. So there's some really great samples there as well. Also another technique down here, which is the markering technique. So there we have it. Moving on to the next page, we have Hooray for You. These are in our new beginner brochure, which I have just here. Let me bring it in and show you. So that is our beginner brochure. You can find that Hooray to You stamp set and also the Zany Zebras in there. And we have Way to Goat. So a few little cute stamp sets that can create so many wonderful different cards. We have a shop for the project for this sample here and another Step It Up version. So yeah. Moving on, Family Party, which is a carry-on item. Look at these samples here. We have Senior Years. How cute. He's wearing golfing shorts for sure. And we have some great sentiments that go there with this set. Also do a shop for the project, so these two cards here. We have Itty Bitty Birthdays, which is also carrying over. Moving over to another suite, the Forever Greenery. This is one of my favorites, and I'm not a huge green person, but I love this suite. So we have this suite collection, item number and price, as well as the individual items down here. Look at this gorgeous Designer Series paper. The colours that match in are Garden Green, Pear Pizzazz, Just Jade, Pretty Peacock, Shaded Spruce and Soft Seafoam. And these samples are amazing. We have this stamp set here, and you can find the bundle just up here. It matches in with the Forever Flourishing dies. I've actually used this already on my blog and YouTube, so check that out. But you'll be seeing a lot more from this set. Just want to bring back to this page here. In this suite you have a ribbon combo pack. You have some Forever Gold laser cut specialty paper. These gorgeous gold hoops. As you can see, you can make dream catchers and all sorts with it. So, and it's also part of that embossing folder kit that I showed you before. So awesome suite. We have the Sending Sunshine, which is a distinctive stamp set. It's a build-a-scene style stamp set. And another tip here with how to use a sponge brayer. Moving on, we have Band Together and By the Dock. These are carry-over items. And then we have Embrace Each Moment. This is going to be a great one, isn't it? Lots of colouring in with this one. And it also highlights our stamping blends up the top here and how to use them. Next page we have Very Versailles. Now this is a distinctive stamp set as well. A little bit about the distinctive stamp sets over here, and this highlights every single distinctive stamp set that is in the catalogue, so a great tool here. We have Beautiful Friendships, which is also another distinctive stamp set. I've actually purchased this one and haven't used it very often, so I really do need to get that out and start using. The Bloom and Grow stamp set and a carry-over item, and we've got another shop for the project down here. We have Field of Flowers, which is a new one. It's a great building scene one, and look at all these gorgeous samples. Love the colours that they've used. We have Floral Essence, which this one actually pairs with the Perennial Flower Punch, which is available, and Inspiring Iris. These two carry over, and so does the Woven Heirlooms over this side of the page. So we've got a lot of stamp sets that have carried over, which is fantastic. Next we have Birds and Branches. It can be purchased in a bundle. Save yourself 10% with the Birds and More dies. So see some really great samples for this one. And then we have All Things Fabulous. So this is a really great flower stamp set. This is a bundle, so we have the bundle down the bottom here. It actually goes with the Fabulous Floral dies, so you save yourself 10% by purchasing with the bundle. And we have a really great tip here on making your flowers blossom. So there we have lots of tips. Next suite is In Good Taste. This is a great textured suite. We have the whole suite bundle item number, and we have the components for that suite down here. Look at these samples, gorgeous. And then this Designer Series paper is all textured type Designer Series paper. So there's heaps of designs in there, from carpet to stone, floorboards, tiles, lots and lots of different images there. We have the Tasteful Touches stamp set, and this bundles with the Tasteful label dies, so the bundle number is up here. This is actually quite great because there's some sentiment stamp sets with some imaging, so you can create lots of different projects and cards with that. We have the Swirly Frames, which is carrying over as well, and another technique here of using how to use your scraps to create some wonderful cards. Moving on to the Fancy Phrases. Now this is a really great sentiment stamp set with a couple of images. You can purchase this one in a bundle, and it's with the Fancy Tag Topper Punch, so another tag topper, which is fantastic. The bundle is just down here in the bottom corner, so a really great one to use together with a tag topper. Okay, so moving over to the Arrange a Wreath bundle. This is the stamp set here. First off, I just want to say how many different occasions this would work for, which is fantastic. We have Easter and Best Wishes, Merry Christmas, Give Thanks, Happy Heart Day. There is a die set that matches with it. This is the Wreath Builder dies. So purchase the bundle together, save yourself 10%. And look at these. These are really pretty samples there. Okay, so we have Friend Like You, which is a carryover item, and Garden Shed, also another carryover item. Look at this sample here. It is Gorgeous Grape stamped onto either Highland Heather or Purple Posy. It's a little bit hard to tell, but what a wonderful card. We also have the Waterfront stamp set, which is a $1 Million Achiever stamp set. This was inspired by Connie Halsey. Another suite called the Artistry Blooms, which is on page 130. We have the suite collection item number down here, as well as each individual item. So look at this colours in the Designer Series paper. These are very bold, very bright, We have Magenta Madness, Calypso Coral, Mango Melody, Coastal Cabana, Granny Apple Green, Rich Raspberry and Gorgeous Grape. So really nice bright colours. And look at the colour scheme here. So let's have a look at that bundle. So here we have the hand-drawn blooms. That is a stamp set and it goes with the Banner Blooms dies. The bundle price and item number are just up here. Moving on, we have Best Year, and this is also another bundle. The bundle is down here. It matches with the Best Plaid Builder dies. So, wow, this is going to be amazing. Look at this die here, creating these plaid backgrounds. So that's the Best Year. I can see a lot of people creating lots of wonderful things with this one. Now we're going to get into a couple of stamp sets that I'm really excited about. We have Walk in the Woods. Look at those mushrooms, and I'm not sure if that's a hedgehog. It almost look like a porcupine. I don't know, but that is a really cute little animal there. If you know what it is, let me know. Moving over to the Field Journal. This is a really nice one too. A little squirrel, a duck, ladybird on a branch. We have grapes, and I have no idea what this plant is, but I really like that set as well. Then Queen Anne's lace. So really nice sentiments there, and look at that descriptive stamping. Very nice fonts. Moving on to page 136, we have the Textured Essentials. This is a bit of a background stamp. They're smaller, obviously. They're not a full-size background stamp, but great for creating texture on your card. We have Silhouette Scenes, which is carried over from the previous catalogue. And then we have Palette Thoughts, which is a new stamp set. Look at this big wood image. Great sentiments. Thanks for everything you do. Hello, handsome. It's a good day. Happy birthday. And a few little extra items to put on the palette. So that would be fun to use, and some gorgeous samples up here using that set. Okay, so now we're moving into the background stamps. We have 3 new and 3 carryover items. The carryover items are Birch, All Wired Up, and Buffalo Check. And the new ones are Dry Brush, Camouflage, and Stacked Stone. So we've actually got the Camouflage and the Dry Brush here in the samples. Our Make a Difference stamp set, which is our alphabet stamp set, is carrying over, which is really great to create any sentiment that you're after. Also a little bit of information here about the angel policy if you plan to sell your cards or projects. You just need to use the Stampin' Up logo, the copyright logo, and that's part of this stamp set. So if you are going to sell your items, this is just one of the stamp sets that you could use to stamp on to let them know that it's copyrighted. Okay, so we're moving on to page 140, and this just gives us a little bit of an overview of where everything is. So we have page numbers for cardstock, ink pads and refills, Stampin' Write markers, watercolour pencils, Designer Series paper, Stampin' Blends, ribbons and trim, and embellishments. So that's really great. I love this page. How beautiful is this? This is some great photography here. Just a little bit about the ink and paper and products. Then from page 142 to 143, we have all our in colour families. So we have the brights, the neutrals, regals, and subtles. In each one, you'll have the cardstock number, the Stampin' Pad, the refill inker, and the Stampin' Blends if they have stamping blends. They're all the item codes. That's how you read it. Now I love that they've created the same colour all the way down, so you know when you're looking at the right one. So if you go over to your Stampin' Pad, if you want a Daffodil Delight, you go over to your Daffodil Delight colour. So we have our 4 colours there. We also have our basic collection, which is basic black, very vanilla, whisper white, the bronze and ivory in the stamping blend, and also the colour lifter. Then we have our in colours. So this is our new in colour selection here, 2020 to 2022. which is Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade, Bumblebee, Magenta Madness, and Misty Moonlight. And our 2019 to 2021 Rococo Rose, Terracotta Tile, Pretty Peacock, Seaside Spray, and Purple Posy, and they are in the same order for your codes. So this is a really important page to keep note of. Moving on to 144, we have our assortments and bundles. So we have the cardstock in the A4 bundle in the 12x12, so you get a selection of each colour family. We have the 6x6 Designer Series paper in the colour families, the in colour Designer Series paper pack. We can also purchase our stamping pad bundles in all our colour families at a reduced rate, so that's really great. Same with our ink refills, you buy them either individually or you can purchase them in the colour family. We have the Stampin' Right markers in the colour family as well, or you can purchase the whole bundle of the colour families that we hold at the moment. There's 2 lots of watercolour pencils, assortment 1 and assortment 2, and then we're moving over to our storage that Stampin' Up have. So this is really great storage. Hard plastic, we have ink pad and marker storage trays, stamping blends storage trays. We have lids to go on top. You can stack these all as you like. We have storage toppers where you can put your re-inkers, your sponge daubers, or just other little bits and pieces that you want to keep up top. And these open storage cubes can be used for embellishments, whatever you would like to pop inside. So, and there's also a little bit of a simple tip on how to create and how to start off with the storage. Moving on, page 146, 147, these are all our colouring tools, so embossing powders, heat tools, Versamark, palette knives, decorative masks, embossing pastes, all of it is in here. Your different inks, so you got Stays On and Memento, your refills for those, your shimmer paints, your aqua painters, which are actually called water painters now, and they actually come in a pack of 3. So instead of getting your 2 aqua painters, or these are the old ones here, we're actually going to be able to get 3. So we have a small and a large, just like we have now, or as we've had previously, and then we're going to have like a paintbrush style water marker. So that is going to be a lot of fun. We can also purchase little Stampin' ink spots, and that is a little selection of 8 colours. So great for starting out if you don't want to purchase everything straight away. So lots and lots of items on this page just to have a read through and have a look through. Then we're moving to page 148, and this is our start of our Designer Series paper. It gives us all our descriptions of what's in that each pack, tells you how it comes, whether it's 12x12, 6x6, the price and the item code. So we have Artistry Blooms, Flowers for Every Season, Forever Greenery, and In Good Taste down the bottom here. Moving on to the next page, Ornate Garden Specialty Designer Series paper, Peony Garden, Playing with Patterns, and the Playful Pets. And then we have one more page of the Designer Series paper, Whale of a Time, World of Good Specialty paper, and then we have our in colours and our colour family. So that's nice big images of what's actually in the pack. Page 151 are all your tools. So you have your paper trimmer, your cutting blades, your Simply Scored scoring tool, and your Simply Scored metric scoring plate. So they are all our tools. Moving to the next page, we have packaging basics. These are on page 152. So we have our cellophane bags, acetate boxes, the clear treat boxes, card boxes, which is a new item, and another new item is our mini paper pumpkin boxes. So I'm excited to see what they look like and how we can embellish to create something gorgeous. Also have that Specialty Designer Series paper that's part of that Forever Greenery suite, just showing it in a bigger image so you can see it a lot better. Moving on to page 153, we have all our paper basics. So our A4 cardstock in shimmery white, very vanilla whisper white, thick whisper white. Our 12x12 options come in very vanilla and whisper white. We have window sheets, medium envelopes, both in very vanilla, whisper white, and also our clear. We have coloured velveteen paper. This is a new item. It's a pack, and they're soft flocked paper cut with punches or dies, and there's 3 sheets, one of each colour. And the colours are cinnamon cider, highland heather, and soft sea foam. So something velveteeny paper, something very different. 4 sheets are around. We have a new one out called brass, but we have the champagne, copper, gold, and silver sticking around, which is fantastic. Fluid 100 watercolour paper is around. We have vellum still. Our new doilies are square vellum doilies, so that's going to be exciting to play with. They're vellum, so there's 24 in the pack. We have note cards and envelopes, both in very vanilla and whisper white, and we have the 3x3 whisper white envelopes. And a new item is the rainbow glimmer paper. This is our traditional glimmer paper with a twist. Use large pieces for a dramatic ombre effect, or use a smaller piece of a specific colour. It's like having a multi-pack of colours on 2 sheets. Thin glittered sheets cut with dies for easy accents. So the colours in this glimmer paper are Bermuda Bay, Blackberry Bliss, Granny Apple Green, Magenta Madness, Mango Melody. And it coordinates with the Artistry Blooms suite. So yeah, that's going to be super different. So next, page 154, we have the Memories and More pages. We have a cards and envelope kit in our 2020 to 2022 in colours. We have just the normal whisper white Memories and More card and envelopes. The basic black album, which is 6x8 inches, and we have the variety pack for the Memories and More on 6x8 inches. So we have 2 Memories and More kits in this annual catalogue, the Flowers for Every Occasion and the World of Good Memories and More kit. These team up with that suite, so if you have that suite, you can team it up with it and have a lot more variety, but you can use these all by themselves as well. Page 156, we are starting with our embellishments. So I'm just going to go over the new embellishments because you've probably already seen the ones that have been in previous catalogues. We have the gold hoops embellishments here. We also have the butterfly gems. These are in our in colours, Purple Posy, Rococo Rose, Seaside Spray, Terracotta Tile, and Pretty Peacock. We have antiqued corner slides, so these ones here. Playing with patterns, resin dots, so these ones here. These come in Crushed Curry, Coastal Cabana, Purple Posy. And we have elegant faceted gems, which are these ones here, coordinate with the Peony Garden Suite. And the last one here, the gilded gems that are part of the Ornate Garden Suite. These ones are so pretty, they look like sequins. Last page for our embellishments, we have the Flowers for Every Season gems, which are these ones just up here. Great for that shaker card, for that jar. We have these are the mason jar shaker domes. So just like we had the snow globes in previous holiday catalogue, we have the jar that you can pop these seeded gems in. So there's so many different options that you could put in shaker cards though. We have the Whale of a Time sequins, and they've got little seashells and sequins and all sorts of little bits and pieces in there. Great colours there. We have the Artistry Blooms sequins, so these ones here coordinates with the Artistry Blooms suite. Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana, Mango Melody, and Rich Razzleberry are the colours. We have the Playful Pets trinkets. These are where I was telling you about the Playful Pets suite. Look how cute they are. We have little hearts and little bones trinkets. And lastly, we have the 2020-2022 in colour enamel dots. So they're in Bumblebee, Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade, Magenta Madness, and Misty Moonlight. Okay, we're getting towards the end, everyone, and I really appreciate you staying with me. We have the unsung heroes, so these are just some tools that are highly recommended. The take your pick tool, the take your pick putty refill. These are really great to use and I highly recommend it as a toolkit. You also have the bone folder and paper snips. Every single thing here I highly recommend if you are going to get into crafting. So we have our ribbons, and some of them are quite ones that have carried over, so let me just go through the new ones. We have the 2020 to 2022 in color. These are twill ribbon, comes in 9.1 meters. The next one we have is a sheer ribbon in Pool Party, really soft and sweet by the look of it. Then we have the Playful Pets trim combo, so there is a real red and a stitched grosgrain ribbon with white stitching. The next one is the Ornate Garden combo in Old Olive and Terracotta Tile. Moving on, we have the Shimmer ribbon, which is this one just here. It's in grey granite, really nice shine to it there. What else is new? The Flowers for Every Season ribbon combo pack. This is a 3 ribbon combo. Just Jade gingham ribbon, Whisper White faux linen ribbon, and the Misty Moonlight baker's twine, and it's actually Misty Moonlight and silver. The Forever Greenery trim combo, this is really pretty. It's vanilla and gold, and I actually have it here. Gorgeous ribbon, really soft this one, and gold twine. I love that they've got some gold twine in. We have the Faux Suede trim in Early Espresso. Playing with Patterns is a ribbon combo pack. There are 3 in the pack. We have Coastal Cabana, Night of Navy, and Purple Posy. Lastly, we have the Bumblebee gingham ribbon. Whoops, let me bring that up and show you. So we have that in the gingham ribbon. That's really sweet as well. Okay, so we're moving on to our adhesives. We've had a bit of a change up with our adhesives. So we have some new ones. We have, first off, some adhesive sheets. That's this one just here. So you can pop them through the die cutting machine, and your detailed die cut image will be able to just be stuck down. So adhesive sheets are fantastic. We have a stamping seal, which is this one just here. Now this is an instant bond, as you can see. It's like a snail type. Instant Bond permanent adhesive, holds cardstock and ribbon, acid free, 15 meters, and you can also get the refill. The next one here is the Stamping Seal. So they're both called Stamping Seal. This one's an Instant Bond permanent adhesive, strong seal adhesive for 3D projects and heavier layers securely. It is 15 meters as well. So one has a little bit of a scattered adhesive and one's more of a straight line. The next one is we have foam adhesive sheets, so that's really great. We have the foam, but they're also adhesive, so you can die cut your pieces. They're popped up, but you're sticking them straight down. They have that adhesive on them, so that's fantastic because I think we've been needing that one for quite a while. And then we have the cling adhesive, so you can, which is this one here, you can convert your clear mount stamps to cling. So if you've ever had those old stamp sets that fall off your acrylic blocks, you can purchase this cling adhesive and make those stamp sets cling to your acrylic blocks again. So that's very exciting. Okay, so Stampin' Accessories on page 163. Nothing new there, so I'm not going to really talk about that except the clear block bundle. You're saving yourself 10% if you purchase them all together. Okay, 164. These are just more tools. So we have the case for the Stamparatus, and the tools and accessories. So the foam mat, the grid paper, the deluxe foam mat, and the magnets that you can purchase separately as well. Moving on to 165, we have some punches. These are not new ones, so I'm not going to really talk too much about that, but it does give you a bit of a brief description of what your punches are for. 166, there's no new punches on that page, but let's move over. Once again, we've got a lot of carrying over items, which is really great that you don't have to purchase all new things. Okay, so 168, we have punch bundles. We have quite a few new ones. So we have the Jar of Flowers, Posted for You, Field of Flowers. I love that we've got more samples using these gorgeous bundles. Well done, and fancy phrases, and lovely U bundles. So they're the new bundles here. So many wonderful samples. Moving over to page 170, where we have the Stampin' Cut and Emboss Machine, both the mini and the normal size. A bit more information there. And 171 has some more pictures and wonderful products. 172 gives you all the machine tools, so there's quite a few new things on here. Base plate and die plate for the new cut machine. We also have a magnetic cutting plate, the cutting plates, the specialty plates, and the impression mats. So these are all new items that go with our new cutter. Then we have our mini as well, so we have the mini base plate, mini magnetic cutting plate, mini cutting plates, and these are where the adhesive sheets come in, and they're also just going over the die brush for you take your pick tool for those detailed dies. 173 is some of our die sets, so just going through the die bundles. Once again, also lets you know whether it's for the mini or the normal. Now even if it says mini, if you get the normal size one, it's going to go through that as well. You don't have to have both, but if you have less room, the mini is probably a good one for you, but just make sure that what you're purchasing will go through your mini. More die bundles, so we have Beautiful World, Best Year, Birds and Branches, Blossoms in Bloom, Celebrate Sunflowers, Flowering Blooms, Forever Fern, and Hand Drawn Bloom. So they're all new bundles there. Lovely samples. The Hippo Happiness, Manly Mates, and Nothing's Better Than bundle. The only one that's not new is the Majestic Mountain or Mountain Air bundle that's carrying over. We have the Ornate Style, Ornate Thanks, and Pampered Pets, and the Painted Poppies has carried over as well. Pattern Play is a new one. Peony, Prized Peony is a new one, and the So Much Happy. We have the Peaceful Moments that has carried over as well. Lastly, let's look at the new ones. The Tasteful Label, so the Tasteful Touches bundle, the Right Triangle bundle, and the Today's Tiles bundle. We have the So Sentimental bundle carrying over. And then we just have a really close look up of all the dies. So this is a really great one to look at. You can see what's included in that die set. And these go from 180 to 183, so heaps and heaps of great images of those dies. 184 looks at all the embossing folders, and there's a few new ones. So we have these lightish green are all our normal sized dies. These darker green are for the mini cutter. So we have new ones are Dainty Diamonds, Greenery, Dandelions, Little Details, Meadow Moments, Old World, and Ornate Floral. And lastly, Tasteful Textures. Tasteful Textile. A little bit about the hosting a party, and then we have our host stamp set. So we have two new host stamp sets, Summer Days and Touched My Heart. It's a really great one. Big sentiments. Then if you would like to join Stampin' Up, a little bit of information on page 188. It is the best decision that you'll do. It's so nice to be part of a wonderful company. It's a wonderful family, and you are getting everything at a discounted rate, which is fantastic. So 189, we're looking at the stamp set index, and this is a great way if you know what the stamp set is, where you want to find it in the catalogue. And we have the accessories index on page 192. Lastly, we've just got a few little things to read about in the final catalogue, and our back page. We're shopping for the project, which is actually part of the front page. That gorgeous lovely U bundle. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.